he has the ability to say who he wants to have a meeting with. And Philly fans, sorry, you were not in that mix.
New segment called Secret Meetings, and it is about Roki Sasaki's recruitment trips. So he had some secret meetings that got out in New York City with the Mets and the Yankees, and he met with the Cubs. He did not meet with the Phillies. And Dave Dombrowski was vocal about it and sounds a little ticked off. So he said, quote, "We have not been invited to talk to him at this point. We sent in our original info. They know we would very much like to have a presentation, but we haven't been invited to the table." Cam, he just spent time very close by. Have a feeling that he's not going to the Phillies.
Good chance he won't be going to the Phillies. And Dave Dombrowski sounded pretty ticked off about it, right? Dave is a guy who we know Dave wants to win. He's going to do everything in his power to put the best product that he believes out there. And he is pissed off. I mean, can we at least get a seat at the table? Matter of fact, can you put us at the table behind the table so we can just hear what's going on? Like I don't listen, and this is the power of Roki Sasaki being in the situation that he's in, right? He has the ability to say who he wants to have a meeting with. And Philly fans, sorry, you were not in that mix.
Yeah, for me, I've been steadfast the entire time here that I think he's a Dodger, outside chance, Padre. Everything else is much more on the outside, but I'll give the New York City contingent a little bit of a chance here based on what he's trying to work with in terms of making money and marketing dollars. I still think there's a ton of that in Los Angeles with the Dodgers team that could be a little dynasty, and he has other players that are superstars from Japan that he can join. Now, of course, there's other options there. Kodai Senga in New York, Yu Darvish in San Diego, but come on. I mean, you've got Shohei Ohtani, the best player on the planet right now. I'm sure doing some heavy recruiting with Roki Sasaki. Getting back to Philly for a moment, just because we have that update and we can kind of scratch a team off of the list that's probably way shorter than it appears. Okay. More of a hitter's ballpark than a pitcher's ballpark, right? Okay.
Agree.
Rotation looks pretty filled out to me. Not that they wouldn't have a spot for him, but it's not like, oh, this is an easy plug into a rotation. And even if I struggle, I'm all good here. Okay. Definitely not an easy division where you're going to have to face Atlanta. You're going to have to face that Mets offense that keeps getting better now and has Juan Soto. And if we do think he's going to a non-LA big market for marketing purposes, it's going to be New York over Philly. And Cam, it's not. And also, if we believe what he's talking about or what his rep is talking about with how he had a little bit of a tough time with the media out in Japan, you're not going to get more of a break in Philly than you are in New York. Philly, New York, and Boston are pretty similar in terms of being all over you, really just asking all kinds of questions, having more media there, getting after you if you're struggling. So I understand this move from him. If he's going to be a Northeast big market guy, it's going to be in New York over Philadelphia. It's not a knock on the city and the ball club. It's just when you put the pros and cons on paper, it's hard to see that matching up. I think he probably did the same thing and said, yeah, if I'm going to go to a market like this, I'll take the pitcher's park, say with the Mets, or to be a member of the Yankees if I think that I'm going to maximize marketing dollars since I'm not getting paid much on the field.
Yeah, 100%. And then all of that leads me to go, if it's not LA, it sounds like San Diego is the perfect place, right? The media is never too hard on you, pretty chill. The fan base, they're definitely enjoying what they're watching as far as, the team that's been put out there the last few years. They also, if you do have some up and down moments, they won't be too hard on you. So you're absolutely right. Like you said, besides the marketing value, New York seems like a great place for him to be. There's a history of Japanese players that have came through and had a lot of success, so I'm sure he's weighing that as well. But I'm with you. The Phillies just, at any point, even hearing that they were not even invited to the table, I never thought that they were even going to be invited to the table, to be completely honest. That just never seemed like a fit for me when you do your research and your homework and what it sounds like the representatives on as well as him. I'm not surprised at all.
It's a great point on the media situation. If he is truly affected by that out in Japan and wants it to be a little more calm, San Diego is a great spot.
Perfect.
It's a much smaller market. Also, you still get the spotlight in the big moments of pitching against the legendary Shohei Ohtani, pitching against, Yamamoto. So you get that action, you get that rivalry, you get that taste of obviously not playing with, but playing against those two much more frequently. So that's why I put them in a clear-cut number
Yeah.
2. Do you think San Diego is a clear-cut 2, though, over LA? Are you still in that camp? It's weird, dude, because their rep, right, came out and said, hey, we don't have a pre-agreement. And I'm like, even if you don't have a pre-agreement, he might have something in his head called a pre-agreement destination for where he wants to go.
Well, this is also, one thing I continue to weigh as I continue to read stories and listen to rumors, right? They're just rumors, but it sounds like himself and Yu Darvish have an extremely close relationship. So if you're making that transition over, it seems like you would want to be around somebody that you're familiar with that can help you make that transition a little easier. So if there's any validity to their relationship, and then too, we talk about the Dodgers and we know how great they've been. But who's to say he's not going, you know what? The Padres have been close. Like this year, the Padres, they were a me away from beating the Dodgers. What if he's thinking that? What if he doesn't want to just go jump on the bandwagon of the Dodgers and what they've been doing? And he wants to go to San Diego and say, I'm going to go with one of my mentors, one of my best friends, Yu Darvish, and I want to show that we can get over the hump. So, it's hard to put it into perspective. We don't know what he wants. But there is a situation and a scenario where he might go, I want to go beat those guys. There are guys out there like that.
End of season power rankings before we got to the offseason for me, Dodgers 1, Padres 2. That's the team that got the closest to beating them. That's the team that definitely could have pulled it off, was hitting its stride as the season was going on. The bullpen's nasty. There's star power. So I'm with you. I think those are the teams to talk about out west. And for me, obviously we'll keep getting rumors on where Sasaki is meeting and what he's thinking.
Boston might have been in there too, though, Scott. I'm not gonna lie. I thought
really?
Boston,
dude.
I don't know why.
Those three, New York, Philly, and Boston. For me, if this guy, is really trying to chill a little bit on the media, those are the 3 toughest places on players. I mean, you tell me. You played in New York. Facts. Those 3 spots. They get after you. And I'm not even, media is not even a fair way to put it. I would say fans too, right? It's just
100%. Phillies fans are hard as hell on you.
Yeah.
New York fans are hard as hell on you. Again, we've seen them boo Jeter. We've seen them boo Judge. We know with the Mets fans, they'll boo anybody if they're pissed off. So I'm with you. Like you're absolutely right. And again, if there's any truth to what, he's dealt with as far as the media and he wants a little bit more subdued atmosphere, San Diego is just screaming his name.
Yeah, the only thing I think that pulls him to the East Coast is if they're trying to break down what kind of marketing dollars he can command by being the man in New York City, say, as a part of the New York Yankees rotation, because that is the one thing. He is not going to make massive money for many years. It's kind of on the same realm as Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani has made his money via marketing much more over his playing career. So we'll see. That part I just don't know. I don't know enough about the player personality-wise, and I don't think almost anybody does right now. But he's going to be the talk of the town in January because he's going to sign. I think he's got to sign in that window right around mid-January. I'm forgetting what the date is. So there'll be a lot more FT talking Roki Sasaki because of the value he'll bring. Just like we talked about with Crochet and how he could be a 1. Sasaki's got number 1 stuff. It might take him a little bit of time to develop, but not much. And he's going to be cheap as hell for a team that brings him on. So anyway, let us know your thoughts if you're watching this after the fact, and say you're watching on YouTube, comment below with where you think Roki Sasaki is heading and why he said no.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.